Do you know how to sweat an onion? Well, I don't. I should amend that. I didn't until this past Friday when one of my friends showed me how to do it. That's right, friends. Despite being from New Orleans, which has a storied history of people with food and cooking and down home victuals, I don't know how to cook. And I thought a lot about how that comes from childhood trauma, because no one ever took the time to show me how to cook. And so because of that, I never really learned how to cook. And then when I got married, I had this idea that I was going to learn how to cook, just a couple of things, right? Because I was getting married and I wanted to, contribute to the household, partnership, that kind of thing. This is way before I knew any of the things that I know now about partnership. Like, for instance, my partner does the lion's share of the cooking. Or he did, until he started talking about getting this surgery that he's doing, this gastric bypass. It's actually called duodenal switch. And in doing some reading about this to support him, I found out that, and I've also talked to several people who've had it, and he said one of the biggest things that people kind of forget about is the fact that you may not want to cook food since you don't eat as much. And I thought, okay, well, this is an opportunity to fix a gap in my background. And it got me thinking about the different gaps that we all have. For example, I've always meant to learn how to change a tire, but I've never actually got around to doing it. I'm gonna learn this year. I also need to learn how to change my oil. Yes, other people can do it. And hey, listen, if you have decided that you would rather pay someone to do something like that, awesome. This post is not for you. The post that I have today is because in finding balance, you have to find out the things that you're going to pay for and the things that you're going to do yourself. So one of the things that I don't want to do myself is clean. So we are setting aside money so I can get a housekeeper, and that is something that we're working on. It may take a little while to put that together, but I've decided that's not something I want to spend my time doing. Cooking is different because as a parent, I would like to pass this on to my daughter so she doesn't have the same problem that I'm having right now, which is learning how to sweat an onion. For those that don't know, what that means is that you cook the onion until it's translucent. And one of the things I was bemoaning to a friend of mine is that, cooking is one of those things where you have to know the language. And it's like when you learn any other language, you have to have a foundation, right? And so I am working on my toolbox, and I have been astounded at the number of friends who have showed up to help. So I'm going to be learning all about dicing, slicing, and what it means to julienne tomatoes. And my friend's husband pointed out, her partner pointed out something really great to me. He was like, I was cooking this weekend. There's actually a picture of me cooking. And I was saying, gosh, this is really hard because I don't know what I'm doing. And, looking at a recipe, it says dice, it says julienne, it says, sweat the onions. And just for some reason, I had such a problem with sweating the onions. And it's like anything else. It's once you know what it is, it makes sense. So basically you cook the onions until they're clear. That's all it means. But we sweat the onions, I guess, because we're getting them as hot as we possibly can. I don't know. I'm learning. That's my point. I'm Jen Haston. I'm the boss of balance. Every week when you follow me, you will get a message about how to maintain better balance as a parent, partner, and person in the world. The Boss of Balance title is sometimes a misnomer. Most of the time it's a description, and some of the times it's an aspiration. In this particular aspect of my life, I don't know how to cook. I'm doing my very best to learn. And like everything else, anytime I've ever had to learn something, I've gone to somebody who had expertise. And so I'm going to invite you. Is there something specific in your life that you don't know how to do? And you've thought to yourself, gosh, I really need to do something about it. Today is the day. Let this be your sounding call, like your wake-up call to say, you know what? I need help with that. I don't know how I'm going to do that. And I need to ask for help. Because I got to tell you, in asking for help, I've received a ton of it. And it has made me feel very confident about this next stage in my journey. So I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, keep seeking your balance, and I'll see y'all next week.